I've been asked when mushrooms are at their peak freshness, and of course, when they're first picked, they're at their best. But the best way of keeping mushrooms is in the fridge, but ideally not covered in plastic. So when you buy the mushrooms, remove the plastic because they like to breathe. So you either cover them with a little bit of kitchen paper, keep them in the fridge, they should keep for 3 to 4 days. Now, even after this, mushrooms are good to use and they tend to start to dehydrate slightly. And if this happens, what you want to do is involve them into a stock or a sauce rather than pan frying them, as the flavour tends to get a little bit too strong. It's really important when you're preparing mushrooms that you never wash the mushroom. You always want to just brush the mushroom lightly with a clean brush, or even just wipe them down with a tea towel. There might be some soil, there might be some sand on the mushrooms, but if you wash the mushroom, they're going to absorb all the water, dilutes the flavour of the mushroom, and all that water will come out when you're cooking it, which will ruin the texture of the mushrooms. Certain tricks when you're cooking mushrooms to ensure you get the most beautiful flavour from them is firstly use a good pan. You want a heavy base pan. Make sure you bring the pan up to heat, add a little oil and a touch of butter to the pan. When you add the mushroom to the pan, don't put too many mushrooms in at a time, otherwise they'll steam rather than fry. Make sure you retain the heat in the pan, because cooking the mushrooms in a nice hot pan will seal in those flavours and give them a lovely nutty colour rather than allowing them to boil in the pan. Mushrooms are a wonderful alternative to carbohydrates when you're cooking vegetarian food. I always think the most straightforward and simple recipe is make a wonderful mushroom casserole with some lovely fresh root vegetables.